Namaskar, I'm Shivani and this is New India Junction. A new postcard has arrived and this time it is about India's greatest festival which is celebrated with great gusto, devotion and show, Deepawali. The festival usually lasts 5 days and is celebrated during the Hindu month of Kartik, which lies between mid-October and mid-November. One of the most popular festivals of Hinduism, Diwali symbolizes the spiritual victory of light over darkness, good over evil and knowledge over ignorance. But do you know that there are many Diwalis in India? From Ram's homecoming to Kali Pujo to Lakshmi Ganesh Pujan, in a country as diverse and inclusive as India, multiple interpretations of Diwali coexist. They have variations of rituals and customs. But there is a common thread that ties these many beliefs together. The festival is widely associated with Lakshmi, goddess of prosperity, with many other regional traditions connecting the holiday to Sita and Ram, Vishnu, Krishna, Ganesh, Kuber, Dhanvantri or Vishwakarma. Furthermore, it is in some regions a celebration of the day Lord Ram returned to his kingdom Ayodhya with his wife Sita and his brother Lakshman after defeating Ravan in Lanka and serving 14 years of exile. A 5-day-long festival originated in the Indian subcontinent and is mentioned in early Sanskrit texts. It is mentioned in the Padma Puran and the Skanda Puran, both of which were completed in the second half of the first millennium CE. The diyas, lamps are mentioned in Skanda Kishore Puran as symbolizing parts of the sun, describing it as a cosmic giver of light and energy to all life. King Harsha refers to Deepawali in the 7th century Sanskrit play Nagananda as Deepa Pratipadotsava, which means lamps were lit and newly engaged brides and grooms received gifts on this day. Diwali is usually celebrated 20 days after the Vijayadashmi, which is the Dashera festival, with Dhanteras or the regional equivalent marking the first day of the festival, when people prepare by cleaning their homes and making decorations on the floor such as rangolis. The second day is Narak Chaturdashi. The third day is the day of Lakshmi Puja and the darkest night of the traditional month. In some parts of India, the day after Lakshmi Puja is marked with Govardhan Puja. Some Hindu communities mark the last day as Bhai Dooj or the regional equivalent, which is dedicated to the bond between sister and brother. While other Hindu and Sikh craftsmen communities mark this day as Vishwakarma Puja and observe it by performing maintenance in their workspaces and offering prayers. Some other faiths in India also celebrate their respective festivals alongside Diwali. The Jains observe their own Diwali, which marks the final liberation of Mahavir. The Sikhs celebrate Bandi Chhod Divas to mark the release of Guru Har Gobind Singh from a Mughal Empire prison, while Newar Buddhists, unlike other Buddhists, celebrate Diwali by worshipping Lakshmi, while the Hindus of Eastern India and Bangladesh generally celebrate Diwali by worshipping goddess Kali. Many Hindus associate the festival with Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth and prosperity, and wife of Vishnu. The start of the 5-day Diwali festival is stated in some popular contemporary sources as the day goddess Lakshmi was born from Samudra Manthan, a Vedic legend that is also found in several Puranas and Padma Puranas, while the night of Diwali is when Lakshmi chose and wed Vishnu. Along with Lakshmi, who is representative of Vaishnavism, Ganesh, the elephant-headed son of Parvati and Shiva of Shaivism tradition, is remembered as one who symbolizes ethical beginnings and the remover of obstacles. Hindus from the Braj region in northern India, parts of Assam, as well as southern Tamil and Telugu communities view Diwali as the day the god Krishna overcame and destroyed the evil demon king Narakasura in a symbolic victory of knowledge and good over ignorance and evil. Trade and merchant families and others also offer praise to Saraswati, who embodies music, literature and learning, and Kuber, who symbolizes bookkeeping, treasury and wealth management. In western states such as Gujarat and certain northern Hindu communities of India, the festival of Diwali signifies the start of a new year. Mythical tales shared on Diwali vary widely depending on region and even within Hindu tradition, yet all share a common focus on righteousness, self-inquiry, and the importance of knowledge, which is the path to overcoming the darkness of ignorance. However, the focus of the Jain Diwali remains the dedication to Mahavir. According to the Jain tradition, this practice of lighting lamps first began on the day of Mahavir's Nirvana in 527 BC, when 18 kings who had gathered for Mahavir's final teachings issued a proclamation that lamps be lit in remembrance of the great light of Mahavir. Sikhs celebrate Bandi Chhod Divas in remembrance of the release of Guru Har Gobind from the Gwalior Fort prison by the Mughal Emperor Jahangir, and the day he arrived at the Golden Temple in Amritsar. The festival of Diwali highlights three major events in Sikh history: the founding of the city of Amritsar in 1577, the release of Guru Har Gobind from the Mughal prison, and the day of Bhai Mani Singh's martyrdom in 1738 as a result of his failure to pay fine for trying to celebrate Diwali and thereafter refusing to convert to Islam. Dhanteras is a symbol of annual renewal, cleansing, and an auspicious beginning for the next year. The term Dhan for this day also alludes to the Ayurvedic icon Dhanvantari, the god of health and healing, who is believed to have emerged from the churning of cosmic ocean on the same day as Lakshmi. Some communities, particularly those active in Ayurvedic and health-related professions, pray or perform Havan rituals to Dhanvantari on Dhanteras. Diwali was also described by numerous travelers from outside India. In his 11th century memoir on India, the Persian traveler Al-Biruni wrote of Deepawali being celebrated by Hindus on the day of the new moon in the month of Kartik. The Venetian merchant and traveler Niccolo de Conti visited India in the early 15th century and wrote in his memoir, on another of these festivals they fix up within their temples and on the outside of the roofs an innumerable number of oil lamps which are kept burning day and night, and that the families would gather, clothe themselves in new garments, sing, dance and feast. Islamic historians of the Delhi Sultanate and the Mughal Empire era also mention Diwali and other Hindu festivals. A few, notably the Mughal Emperor Akbar, welcomed and participated in the festivities, whereas others banned such festivals such as Diwali and Holi, as Aurangzeb did in 1665. The main day of the festival of Diwali, the day of Lakshmi Puja, is an official holiday in many countries such as Fiji, Guyana, Malaysia, Mauritius, Myanmar, Nepal, Singapore, Sri Lanka, Suriname, and Trinidad and Tobago. During the season of Diwali, numerous ritual townships and villages host melas or fairs, and local producers and artisans trade produce and goods. A variety of entertainments are usually available for inhabitants. The women in particular adorn themselves in colorful attire and decorate their hands with henna. When we talk of economics, Diwali marks a major shopping period in India and is comparable to the Christmas season all over the world in terms of consumer purchases and economic activity. It is traditionally a time when households purchase new clothing, home refurbishments, gifts, gold, jewelry and other large purchases, particularly as the festival is dedicated to Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth and prosperity, and such purchases are considered auspicious. Diwali is one of the major festivals where Indians spend a significant portion of their annual income, and it is a means of them to renew their relationships and social networks. Other goods that are bought in substantial quantities during Diwali include sweets, confectionery and fireworks. Traditionally, we always used earthenware diyas to light up our houses. Clay diyas are definitely the way to go. Be proud of Make in India products and support the local artisans at all costs. That is the best way to support the economy as well as to maintain our traditions. Thank you for watching. Namaskar and wish you a very happy and prosperous Diwali.